FL Studio 2025 just dropped. With it came this new Loopstarter feature. I have my wife here with me, Mrs. Gloves. And how much experience do you have writing music?
Very, very little.
Basically zero, and today we're going to grow it a little bit. So why don't you go ahead and click on the launch Loopstarter. This is the new feature. Probably look at our levels. Yeah, our levels are good. So it just opened a new project and it gives you a genre picker. So you can pick like EDM or house, hip hop, any of the ones in this genre. And then it also gives you the ability to randomize some of the samples. So why don't you click off that for a second? If you hit play, we can hear what it's picked for us. Oh, you can turn it down. There's a volume control. Now, if you want, you can change out any of the sounds. So like we have our drums along the top. When you see top, these are like top loops. They're like elements with higher frequencies. This is going to be like your kick and snare and stuff is going to be like that top one. And then the middle is always something like interesting. Like this is like that synth line. Sometimes it's a bass line. It changes. So if you hit this little dice, you can change them. So why don't you find one that you like? So you might want to hit play.
Oh.
So you can hear what you're doing. And then you can change the synth line.
Can you go back? I like the first one.
So that's interesting. I don't know if you can go back. We Control Z. Oh, you can go back.
Oh.
It is possible to go back. So you like this one?
Yeah.
You like that one? Okay. So you can keep this, or you could try another genre. Do you want to keep this, or do you want to explore some more?
I guess that's fine. I mean, it's kind of lame. It does have like rock or something, but what?
I can't imagine how this would work with rock. Let's go ahead and go to.
Let's see, techno.
Yeah, let's try another one.
Oh. Sounds the same.
Why don't you change the synth line on this one?
Is this the same?
No, it's just changing the kick.
I like that.
Like this? Okay, so what you can do now is, if you look, it's also picked out a series of samples for you. So these are called channels in FL Studio. And if you click one, go ahead and just click one. It brings it up, and you can click and drag where the name is. You see how it says kick Loopstarter? You can click and drag it to move the window around. And if you click on the sample, you can hear what it sounds like. That's the sound it's picked. And so go ahead and go over to the snare, click the snare now, and you can click the snare to hear it. So it's picked these different samples for you, and you can click on these little steps, these like orange ones, and each step represents a small amount of time. So if you click on the first one, you'll place a kick there, and it will play that kick when you hit the space bar. So we hit space, it played the kick there. Now you can mute these top ones, by the way. You see these little red dots next to these? So if you go ahead and click those real quick, it'll mute them so we can just hear what we're doing. So if you hit the space. So that's the kick that you just put. So you can go ahead and put down some more kicks.
Like along this?
Yeah. Like normally a pretty popular pattern, especially for trance, is what's called 4 to the floor, which means there are 4 beats. You see how there's like light orange kicks and dark orange or steps. If you put one at the start of each of these, that'll be on each beat. So you can right click to remove a node.
Oh.
Yeah, and if you right click and hold it and drag, you can like remove a bunch of notes at once. So yeah, you put one there, put one at the next one, and then the next one. So these yeah, right there. So this one will be an extra one. I don't know, do you want that one there?
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna be adventurous. So go ahead and hit the space bar. Yeah.
I I think that sounds good.
Now, go ahead and unmute your drums. Just bring in the drums, just the top one, and hear how that sounds. So that's your loop right now. And bring in the elements next.
I like it.
And now bring in the synths. So we've got our kicks. Now we've got some other samples to add. So there's one here called the closed hat. So go ahead and click the closed hat and preview it. Go ahead and give it a listen. Let's also close the snare since we don't need it anymore. Yeah, so that's the sound we're going to be doing. So go ahead and put down some closed hats. So you can actually click drag to add many steps at once. Yeah, exactly. So go ahead and put it down to, with hats, you can kind of get kind of crazy. You can kind of do whatever you want. There's a lot of things you can do with hats. You can, and the same thing applies for right clicking. If you right click and drag, you can remove notes. So it's pretty common to have hats on the first and third or the second and the fourth for them. And there's actually a little macro you can do. So if you right click on the closed hats, you see how it says fill each two? So if you click that, it'll automatically like fill it out.
That's helpful.
And if you go ahead and hit space, you'll hear your hats now. Yeah. I'll mute some stuff so you can hear it. So those are the hats that you've added. So bring in your kick. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to show you now with the Loopstarter, there's an option now. So if you right click on this dice at the top, this is kind of the randomize everything, but you can see there's one called generate steps for all channels. So go ahead and choose generate steps for all channels, and it will create steps for everything. So go ahead and hit play. This is the pattern it came up with. And so you can go in and augment it and change it if you want. Go ahead and bring in your other elements so we can sort of hear everything at once.
Wait, did I do that? I could have sworn I was like...
It would overlap it. Except for, you had your extra kicks, now that I think about it. Yeah, so you can put your kicks in.
Dang, like you got rid of them. So rude.
Yeah.
I liked my extra kicks.
Well, that's what there's a way to control that. So say you want to go ahead and you see how there's this orange rectangle around this? That's the channel selector. So if you click and drag over these bottom ones, just click on the snare, like select only the snare, and then click drag down from the snare. Okay, so now right click on the dice. And there's one for generate steps for selected channels. And you go ahead and click that. So it keeps your kick and leaves it alone.
Okay.
So you can augment stuff. So go ahead and audition it, see how it sounds. You're a producer now. Yay! Okay, go ahead and stop it. All right, so now what you want to do is you want to take this and sort of start building it to like a more full track. So you can click this little guy here and it will send it to the playlist area. And this is where you like build your song. So let's make a quick intro and then we'll get to like the drop. So let's do an 8-bar intro and then bring everything in. So to do that, you see how they're all red? That means that they're all selected right now. So why don't you go ahead and grab it? You can click on them and just drag them over to measure 9. Okay, so it's all going to come in at measure 9, and that's when like everything's going to happen. We need an intro. So which of these elements do you want to bring in right at the start as like an intro?
How you sample them? Because I don't remember how they sound.
Okay, so when you're working in the playlist area, you see how up here it says song now, where it says like song mode. Why don't you go ahead and move the mouse over there so people know what we're talking about? Yes, that's song mode. So when it's in song mode, it's going to play in here. When it's in pattern mode, you see how there's a pat? It's not for like patting you on the back. It's like a pat. Yeah. It's patronizing. That's what that stands for. That means it's going to play in the channel rack on your current pattern. So there's this like area up here that says Loopstarters #1. That's the pattern that this is right now. You can see over here, It's called Loopstarter number 1. That's that pattern. If you right click on this, oh, it doesn't have the, oh, this because these are samples. Never mind. Ignore that. But as you build more patterns, they'll appear there. Like you can add a new one, stuff like that. So if you want to hear these, put your playhead over here. So you do that by clicking on the little ruler at the top. That's the universe view. Click on the little like number 9. You see how there's this little band? Yeah, if you click specifically right there, it'll move the playhead around. And you can mute the different tracks again with these red dots. So if you want to hear just one element, now if you right click it, go ahead and right click the red dot. It solos it. So you could quickly hear just the one thing.
Okay.
So go ahead and hit play, and you're in song mode, so it'll play over here. So that's the synth line. And again, we're looking for what do you want to have happen at the beginning?
Let's see. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see. The drums are cool.
You want to have it start out with the drums?
Yeah.
Oh.
Thought you were gonna be like, are you sure?
No. I just had to sneeze. Okay. So go ahead and unsolo it all. Also hit spacebar because we're playing right now. So right click on any of those and right click again, and it unsolos it all. And go ahead and hit Control D. This will deselect everything you have selected. Yeah, Control D. Okay, so now everything's deselected. We're going to take these drums. Go ahead and click on the drums on their name. Yeah, where there's like the little crosshairs. Click and drag that to measure 1.
Here.
Yeah, and just drag it on over. Perfect. Okay, so we want to make a copy of those drums. There are a ton of ways to make copies in FL Studio. The one I'm going to show you is if you hold Shift and click drag, it will make a copy. So go ahead and hold Shift and click drag the drum over. Okay. Yeah, keep going.
All the way?
Well, right there. We want a loop.
Oh.
Perfect. So that's one of the ways you can duplicate in FL. And so if you hit play, if you go move your playhead to the start of the track by just clicking on that number 1 in the timeline. And if you hit play, we'll have the drums. So right now, this is the intro. And then maybe something comes in right
Yeah, I was gonna say it's too long. I don't want it to like drag on.
Whoa, yeah, we're gonna add stuff. We're gonna make it fancier. So why don't we go ahead and also bring in one of these other elements, the shaker or the synth? Which one do you want to do?
Let's see. Oh, is this pro?
Go ahead and solo them and give them a listen.
Wait, how you solo it?
You right click. Yeah, exactly. Exactamundo. You're going to need to move your playhead over so that you can hear it. Perfect.
Okay. Let's see.
Go ahead and take that one out. Yeah. And then, bring in the one you want.
Oh, yeah. That.
You want to bring that one in?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead, stop playback, unmute everything. Yeah, it's very specific. You'll find a lot of things. You can't click just anywhere. It's like every spot does something different. Go ahead and bring the synth over. The same way we did with the drums. Yeah, exactamundo.
To like.
So what we could do, I'm going to show you a cool filter thing you can do. So go ahead, drag it all the way over. And what we're going to do is we're going to have the filter, we're going to have a filter come in so it comes in like slowly, and then we hear it all the way. Now we need to fill these back in with our spots. So go ahead and make duplicates of the drums and put it over there. And let me show you way number 2 to duplicate something. So if you control click, you can select things. So control click the synths. Yeah. Now, some of these commands are going to use specific controls. Like the alts are actually different. The alt on the left does different things than the one on the right. Yeah. So I'm always wondering, because I never use the ones on this side, if it'll work. So if you hit Control B, that will duplicate and repeat it where the event ends. So see how it ends right where we want? So Control B, boom. That's very popular as well. So if you have a selection, it'll duplicate your selection and like loop it. Okay, sorry intro, but we want it to be like a little more.
Yeah, I don't want the synth to be at the beginning.
Like all of a sudden, like this big thing.
Right.
So we're gonna add things to the synthesizer. So go ahead, double click on the synth. And you see how it says track 2 right there?
Mm-hmm.
So track 2 is where we can do things to the synthesizer. You can beat it up. That's where it lives. It's home address. So go ahead and close that. And we need to go to the mixer. So if you hit the, I'll just teach you the icon first. That is the icon for the mixer. You can also hit F9. And this is the mixer. So the mixer is like where things come in, and then you can do things to them in the mixer. So like the most common thing you do in the mixer is you just change the volume. Mm-hmm. So if you hit space, you'll see each one has its own volume in here. So go ahead, try moving the fader while it's playing. And see how you could control stuff. Now, if you ever want to reset something back to its default position, you can middle mouse click it. So if you hover over it and then click the middle, the scroll wheel of the mouse, it puts it back. I believe it's also like alt click or control click or something can also do it if you don't have a mouse that has that. Now in here, so we're on synth. This is where our synthesizer lives. This is address. And you see how it says slots here? You can put effects in there to change it. So we're going to add an effect. We're going to add a filter. So let's go ahead and add, let me think of which filter plugin we want to do this with. We're going to add the Fruity Love filter. There's a variety of ways I like to do this. So go ahead and right click on it. And this brings up what's called the plugin picker. Now mine's more intimidating than usual because I have a lot of plugins.
Yeah.
So just go ahead and type in love on the keyboard. There it is. Just hit enter and it will load it.
And what?
Return. The return key specifically. Yeah. And see how it's loaded into the first slot?
Oh, yeah.
Now it's a scary looking thing, but it's what's called a filter. And a filter removes some of the frequencies of the sound. So go ahead and right click where it says SVF. And there's one in here called Lime Low Pass or Lime High Pass. Click either one. They're both going to work. In fact, let's start with a high pass. Let's do a high pass. Choose a high pass. Okay. Now, literally ignore everything else about this. It's just a big scary thing. The only thing you care about is that thing that says cut. That stands for cut off and it controls it. So go ahead and play it and move the cutoff around. And hear how it changes the sound.
Wait, spacebar?
Mm-hmm. That sounds different. Yeah, pretty cool, right? Go the other way. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's talk knob controls because you're not used to this. So digital knobs typically behave in one of two ways. When you click and drag up, the control will increase, and when you drag down, it will decrease. That's the most common way the knobs behave. The other way is they'll actually require you to move around the knob.
That's what I thought I was gonna.
Yeah, but trust me, it sucks. Like that's the worst way. Every time I see a plugin that does that, I curse at the plugin for doing it that way. I'm looking at you, Spitfire. So click and just drag up just to see how it works, and then drag down.
Oh, okay.
See how easy that is? It's so easy, and you don't have to move your mouse in this weird arc pattern anymore.
Yeah,
much easier. So go ahead and listen to it now that you know a bit more how to control it. Yeah. That's the idea. We want to put this at the beginning, right? And then have it come down. And then everything comes in. Yeah. That's our plan.
Sounds
So what we're gonna do is it'd be kind of annoying if you had to like move it yourself every time. So there's this thing called automation. We will do it automatically. So if you right click on it, there's this option, create automation clip. And now what it did is it just created a clip. So go ahead and click on your playlist to just bring it forward. And this thing controls the automation of that specific knob. So go ahead and move this point all the way down first.
Wait, this?
Yeah. Move
Where?
it down.
Oh.
And you see how the knob changes?
Oh, I know.
Now move it up. And the knob changes.
Oh.
So this controls that knob. You can write exactly what you want that knob to do.
Huh.
So it's called automation. You can do this with everything. You can automate like all kinds of stuff. It's awesome. So we want to find a spot like how you want it to sound when it starts, and then we want it to slowly change so that when we get here, or you said you wanted it to come in at measure 5.
Probably around there.
So right click at measure 5 to add a point.
I'll right click.
Yeah. And so you're going to want to pick a starting point and an ending point. So I'll encourage you to use your ears because I can tell you technically what this is going to sound like, but it's going to be better if you just listen to it. So go ahead and just hit start and decide, do you want this low or do you want it high? By the way, you're working with it very small and it can be hard to be like, get the value you want.
Yeah, it's so tiny. It's like, I can't even see.
Yeah. So if you not right click, hover between track 5 and 6. See that arrow? Yeah.
That's bad.
Much easier. There's actually even another way to do it. If you double click on the name at the top, this is like the clip you're messing with, and you can change it here. This is like a more recent feature. I started a long time ago, so I've always done it here. But yeah, so pick a starting and an ending point that you want the filter to get to by measure 5. So you're going to start at the top and then maybe bring this one like down.
Well, I don't know.
Well, let's hear it. Give it a listen. See if it sounds the way you want. So this is the cutoff starting high. You like that?
I don't want this at all to start at measure 1.
Oh, so you would like the synth to start at measure 5?
Or a little. Yeah, let's try that.
Okay. Well, what's your vision? You sound like you have a vision.
I just want the drums, 'cause they sound kind of like heartbeat-ish. I just want that like on its own at first.
How long do you want that for? Hit space and then hit space again when you want the new element.
Maybe by 3.
3? So go ahead and just move the synth over to 3. Now it's got some overlap over here. Just hover your mouse at the end of the clip. You see where the clips finish overlapping?
Here?
Yeah, now go up to the top.
What top?
We're looking for the double arrow in one direction. Right there.
Oh.
Now click and drag that over. Yeah. So now there's no overlap.
Okay. Well, wouldn't it sound the same? Because it's...
Unclear. They're doing a crossfade there. So it depends. What's going to fade one out while the other one fades in. So it's going to sound like this one fading out while this one fading in. So if they're playing different stuff, it might sound like... In fact, here, let's give it a listen. Go ahead and put it at measure 9. I've exhausted you. and go ahead and hit play and just listen. Well, it basically does sound the same. Fine, okay, you win that one. So, okay. Now you're gonna want to go ahead and settle on some automation for this. So you can move the whole clip over just like you did, so it starts the way you want.
Okay.
You're gonna want the automation clip to start when the audio starts. So yeah, go ahead and move it back. Yeah. And just pick some values, go ahead and hit play, listen to it a couple times, and decide what you like. And remember, you click up here to move the playhead around. Yeah, so you clicked here, but you didn't move. If you move your mouse up, down, you can change the curve.
Yeah, I figured it was.
If you right click on it, you can reset it back.
Yeah, I want to move these over though.
Oh, you want it to start sooner?
Yeah.
Okay, just move it over.
Was it shift?
No, you just move, wait for the double arrow to appear. Yeah, yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
I see.
And then you want your automation to follow this. So go ahead and move the automation clip as well. Yeah, wait for the floor hair. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like something else needs to happen somewhere here.
We'll add in some sound effects. So, you can also have the filter continue to open. So right now the filter is not open. When it reaches the bottom, it will be completely open. So if you add another point by right clicking and then drag it all the way down, and you'll hear it open all the way.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that gives it more interest.
And let's go ahead and scroll over. So in FL Studio, the way you scroll horizontally is you can hold Shift and scroll. Yeah, you hold Shift and scroll, you'll move horizontally. And go ahead and drag this point down so that the filter stays open. We don't want that opening up again.
Wait, where?
You can add a point, just or you can drag that last point, just drag it down. This guarantees that your filter stays at the bottom position when it plays through. So you can close the love filter. We're done with this.
I saw some like said chocolate and whatever.
You want to try the chocolate one?
Oh, it's such different.
They're different sounds.
Oh.
So if you right click on it, so each filter has its own sound. Maybe we'll do a separate video and I'll show you about filters. Yeah, right click where it says HP. And there's like chocolate state variable. That's a different type of filter.
Oh, mango.
Yeah, there's mango. Yeah. Now the state variable filter is more advanced, which is why the first thing I did was choose something else. Because it requires a lot more explaining because it's a multi-band thing. And it's got.
I just want to hear it.
Yeah. Go ahead, hit it.
Wait, is he playing this?
We are in song mode, so it is playing there, but it's just playing from measure 1.
So did it change this? Now it's chocolate?
Yes. So if you click and move your playhead, just click up on the timeline and move it around, and it will pick different points. You see how it moves? So it is working.
Oh, okay. I see.
Now this right now is acting like a low pass filter. So it's a different sound. There's a lot of ways to change it.
Okay. So how do I go back to the lime?
Oh, right click on the SFE and you can choose the lime high pass. Okay. Yeah, high pass filters work great for these sorts of things.
And it's just, it went back to what it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you can always check by just moving the playhead around. You'll see the control move. So one kind of fun thing to do with a sound like this is to add like a reversed cymbal sound. Or something like boom, bump, 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 something like that, right? Yeah. So if you look at the channel rack, it looks totally different. That's because it's showing you your automation clips. So click where it says automation, and it has these different groups. Go to all. That'll show you all the channels. Let's find a cymbal. So click on that cymbal down there, and just yeah. So we're gonna make a copy of this cymbal. So go ahead and close this. Right click it, and there's one called clone. Yeah, so now this is a different one. So click the clone, and there's an option for a reverse. Now click it. Give it a sec.
Okay.
Yeah, you clicked it a few times, but it only played once. Oh, that's because it restarts every time you click it. So we are not going to use the steps for this. Click and drag that into the playlist.
Where I want it
Just,
to
yeah,
start?
just wherever you want it.
Okay, do I put
Things
it
can
here or
overlap, but for
here?
the sake of clarity, let's put it on its own track. Okay, so
It's a
double
tiny
click.
one then.
Yeah. Well, you can make it bigger by
Well, I'm saying like it's a very short symbol. You're like,
oh, I know. Well, we'll see how it sounds. I think it'll sound quite nice. I don't know. We can go look for more symbols if you
okay.
double click it. And oh, it imported it as a new audio clip. So we need to reverse this one. So go ahead and hit reverse again. And drag wherever you want that to be.
To start or?
Well, where do you want the
I need to hear it, but I don't know, probably somewhere over here.
yeah, now also we're gonna zoom in because it's actually a little bit off the grid. If you hold control and scroll, it'll zoom into where your mouse is. You see how it's ever so slightly off the grid?
Yeah.
If you hold Alt, this will stop snapping and you can move it to be perfect.
If you have great precision, which I feel like I
Well, you can
don't.
zoom in further. I have a couple advanced features turned on too. Yeah, so Alt scroll will make your tracks bigger or smaller. Perfect, that looks great. So go ahead and Control scroll out to zoom back out. And Alt scroll, because you actually made the tracks bigger as well.
Oh gosh,
And
but
let
I
me
did.
show you one more navigation thing that's kind of helpful. Middle mouse click and then drag. You can like move it around. It's pretty handy when you're really zoomed in. So go ahead and hit play and see if you like where that symbol is. So you might not like that,
Yeah.
but it's now aligned. Just drag it to where you want it to be. Spots that usually work well are halfway marks or transition points. So like right before 9
Like
or yeah.
here?
Yeah, now zoom in so that you can move it exactly how
Is
you
it
want.
control?
Yeah, control scroll, exactamundo. And now just drag it back a little bit so it lands right on measure 9.
Oh.
And then zoom out again. And then we don't want to hear it right from the beginning because that's like a lot, right? So just start it at measure 7. Kind of like that. Now there are things we could do to this symbol to make it fancier. We could add like some reverb to it. So if we look at the symbol that we have open right now, you see how the track just has dots?
Mm-hmm.
That means it's homeless. It doesn't have a dress. You can't go beat it up. It lives in like a homeless facility or something.
Say, okay.
You need to give it a track. So right click on it. And there is an option to assign to free mixer track. And now it has an address. You just gave it a home. Congratulations. And we're going to add an effect to it. So right click here in the slot 1. And we want to add a reverb. Now, in Evo Studio, oh yeah, you're having fun now. We're going to use this one right here. So just double click that.
Loopstarter.
2 clicks. Yeah, now just hit play. Not even touching it. See how it has a little shimmer now? Go ahead and solo it. So in the mixer, go ahead and bring the mixer up by just clicking on it. And right click the dot we've now seen everywhere. And that will solo it. Let's go back to the Luxverb. You can click it here, or click on the interface. And go ahead and just move your playhead also to 8 so that you can, you'll preview it quicker and hit play. And you'll hear what this is doing. See, now there's a lot of knobs. You'll notice this is a trend. There's knobs everywhere. Bring the decay up. This will change how long it reverb is basically how sound bounces around in a room. So like a longer time means it's a room that has a really long.
Yeah, I wanted it longer.
Yeah. So go ahead, bring it up to 11 and hit play.
Well, it's 20.
20 is fine.
I mean,
Just big.
it's I thought how they're like, oh, put the volume up to 11, like that means like all the way, but I didn't realize he had numbers.
Oh yeah.
I mean, anyway.
See, it's got some shimmer. Now there's this concept called dry and wet. You see over here, there's dry and wet. So dry, this is very common. It's in most plugins. Dry is unprocessed. Wet is processed. So if you actually remove dry completely, you'll only have the processed signal. That's what that sounds like. And go ahead and do the opposite. So middle mouse click dry to reset it so you can hear just dry. So that's the original. So you can mix how much you want. Yeah. Everything else on here is like fancy stuff.
Yes.
You can literally ignore most of it. The one you care about is decay and the dry wet. Everything else is like, we'll do that some other day when it's not so scary. So, okay, so we've got a pretty cool sound. You've picked some reverb for it. And you've got a sound coming in. You've got a filter bringing in a synthesizer. Is there anything else you want to add to your intro?
Let's listen to it.
Now, do you know the problem?
I muted everything.
Yeah, in the mixer. So this is going to be a thing that happens a lot. You'll have to remember where you turn stuff off. It's usually pretty easy to track down. I mean, there's only a few places. Channel rack, the playlist area, or the mixer. So just right click on that and that'll toggle everything back on. And now you can hit play. Not bad, not bad.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like obviously eventually you just like jazz it up, put like work with these little things a little bit more, maybe make these can be like longer.
The cymbal?
Yeah.
So for the cymbal to be longer, there's a couple ways, but the best way is probably just pick a different cymbal.
Oh.
There is there is a way.
Oh crap.
Control Z. Yeah, Control Z is your friend. So there is a way. It is called stretch. So if you go to I need to remember exactly how this works. Hover, you see all up here, there is these different controls. Go to the one that has the audio waveform. Click on that one. That's automation, the one next to it. That's the audio waveform. That one. And click on the double arrow. Yeah. Now hover over the edge of this on the very edge. We're looking for the double arrow sign. And click drag. And you can make it longer. I'm actually not sure if those steps are totally necessary, but I don't do this too frequent. Oh, you like that more? Yeah, so the reason it sounds lower is this is what you've done is called time stretching. And there's all these different ways to time stretch something. And sometimes they create, usually if you make it longer, the pitch goes down. So if you go to the mode in the sample, so this is the sound, there's all these different modes. And some of them will keep the pitch the same and just change the length. Like if we go to stretch or stretch pro, why not? Because we're pro, right? And go ahead and start at measure 8, measure 7, somewhere around there, and go ahead and hit play. See how it keeps the pitch the same?
Yeah.
So you can do this with vocals, instruments, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, so you can make it even longer if you want. You can make it shorter. if you liked the pitch down version, just go back and change it to resample. And that's what it was doing before. Which I personally think that sounds way cooler.
Yeah, I like the lower.
Yeah. We can keep going. Do you want to keep going?
No. It's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Also,
Okay.
why are the icons so little? It's like you like say you have to have like precision.
So it is okay, so go to options up here and then go to, I believe it is in general settings. Go up to the top click on system, bring it up to like 150 maybe.
Oh, you have to
do once. Yeah, so you can make it bigger though. The reason everything's so small and precise is just because there's just so much stuff you can control as you get better. It's a thing every time I teach someone how to use FL. That's always the first struggle is where to click. And it's not unique to FL. Every editing program is this particular on where you click. It is a good thing. In the long run, you get better at where you click and it becomes something you don't think about. It's like when you're learning to play a game and at first you're like, why are there 2 sticks? But over time, you don't even think about it anymore.
Right.
It's the same with this. I don't think about like where I'm clicking or anything. I just click what I want.
So precise, like anyway.
Yeah. So why don't we give a final preview and let it like play out a little bit?
Yeah.
You made this. You made that.
Hey.
Did you ever think you were going to make something like this?
No.
Pretty crazy, right? Do you see yourself like you can see where the next steps are, like things you can look at. Obviously, there's a lot of additional things to learn. Like, whoa, what's this filter? Like, there's a lot of things I sort of gave to you as just a
right.
Who knows what this is?
Yeah.
And I told you what knobs to like ignore and look at. But
yeah, I mean,
pretty
thinking,
wild.
like, oh yeah, maybe you could like add some spice here or something.
Yeah, some additional sounds and like maybe some bells or an impact like
yes.
down, and then down, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Season it.
Yeah. And build out a form a little bit more. But this is the first bit, and that's the new this is brand new, this loop feature. They didn't have this before. So this is completely new. I think it's fantastic,
so
especially when you're
like,
learning. You would have had to go find this synth yourself.
Huh.
You would have had to make it or find a sample. You would have had to find the drums yourself, the elements. You would have had to sync it yourself.
That's a lot.
So it gives you a starting point, which for learning purposes is fantastic because you can kind of do more fun things and worry about finding sounds is like an art unto itself.
Yeah.
Finding good sounds and making them. But yeah. Well, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're interested in any more. Let us know if you'd like to see any other breakdowns with Mrs. Gloves here. And have a blessed day.